What initially motivated you to start a YouTube channel?
Oh man, way to like kick off with the hard questions. So I got involved on YouTube because a lot of my friends are doing it, and at the time I was on the reality show. And I wanted a chance to kind of like talk to people directly without having producers like kind of change or alter my tone in any way. So I was like, YouTube is like YouTube, so why not? Like, let's hop on there and try it out. And it's been a wild ride ever since.
In what ways has your work helped normalize LGBT visibility in a heteronormative society?
Excellent question. Also, isn't it like really hard to say heteronormative, like all in one? It's impossible. I'd say the one thing that I do is I exist. And I know that sounds like really like esoteric and like, girl, but I really mean that. Like, I make videos and I don't ever apologize for the fact that I am queer, I am brown, I am female, I am androgynous. Like, I never really apologize for those things. And I think because I'm very like comfortable with myself, I think a lot of people, queer or otherwise, just kind of like, oh, that girl's like, she's just a person. And I think that that's the one thing that we can do more of, is not kind of focusing on our activism, but just focusing on existing and taking up space. Like, there's a tweet that I tweet all the time. Am I really self-pro? Whatever, we're gonna do it. I have a famous tweet, and the tweet is, being black and carefree is activism. And you can alter that to being queer and carefree is activism. Like, just by existing, just by like taking up space, that's more than enough, because we don't have people like us in spaces. So yeah, I'd say that. Long answer, but that's what I'd say.
Thank you so much for what you do. What is the most memorable comment someone has left on one of your videos?
Okay, I will say it's not so much a comment, but it's a compliment that I've received, and it's been a comment on my channel, so I'm gonna like kind of go with it. But I get this often. It's, I don't know if you're a girl or I don't know if you're a boy, but you're very beautiful, and I appreciate you. And I love that so much, because what it's saying is gender doesn't matter. And you know how hard and how many people have actually like struggled to just be able to hear that? It's such a powerful small little thing, but I shed a tear every time. I think like once we can actually move past like our like hang-ups on gender and presentation and gender expression is when we can really have a lot more fun, and also like really accept each other in all of the ways that we are. So I probably that. Yeah.
So being on the internet as a YouTuber, you get a lot of different types of viewers. How do you deal with the haters?
I don't. Everybody else, they set up the blockers. They they have like different filters for it, or they like get in there and they respond, or they take it in and they let it ruin your day. I literally it just falls off my back and I keep moving. And I mean, a lot of like comedians will talk about it. Like, to have haters is also like a good thing. Like, if you do have people that like dislike your work, it just means that you're saying something that is polarizing enough for people to like either get passionate about it or hate it. Like, it's fine. Like, and I think that that's okay. Like, haters, trolls, etc. is just like a part of my work. Just like success is a part of my work if I'm moving forward. So I don't even like digest it at all. Like, not even a little bit. Yeah. It has to be.
So is there anything else you want the AfterEllen viewers and readers to know about what you're doing right now?
Oh, yes, I do, actually. So I didn't do this on purpose, but it kind of happened. But I'm actually working on a documentary. So I'm doing my first ever like kind of move away from YouTube into like more traditional formats, and I'm working on a documentary for a pregnant butch woman. And so yeah, right? It's like so necessary. And I was mentioning this earlier to another person, but it was the first time meeting Frankie, who's the subject of this film, was the first time I realized that maternity, like what it looks like to be a mother and what it looks like to be pregnant, has never resonated with me, because I've never seen someone like me pregnant. And so that's a project I'm working on right now. I think AfterEllen will be like really interested in it. But outside of that, I think the one thing I can tell everyone that can hear this, that can listen to this, as a queer person, as a black person, as all of those things you can list, I make it a point to take up space. I make it a point to exist and whatever space that I can, and not let other people alter my everything because of me making them uncomfortable. So if that's something that anyone can like kind of like take in and start to like own in themselves, I highly recommend it, because it makes life a lot easier and a lot more fun. So yeah.
So during this documentary, has there been anything particularly striking that you've learned in the making of this documentary?
So we haven't started, like we literally were crowdfunding it actually. So we put it on Indiegogo today. So we haven't made it yet, but I will say and kind of preparing for it and doing a lot of like pre-production for it, I never realized. And when you type in maternity photo shoot, the people that come up are incredibly feminine. Like literally type in maternity photo shoot after this and see if you see anyone that looks like me or an androgynous person or like a tomboy at all. Never happens. And I found that fascinating because again, what that tells people is that like, I don't look like I can be a mother. And that's terrifying and like jarring. And so, yeah, that's like one of the things, but we haven't made it yet. So it's still coming, which is great.